Hey, what's up everyone? Scream 5 or Scream just released in theaters, so let's review it. And before we jump in, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Be sure to leave your thoughts of the newest Scream movie down below in the comment section. And as always, this is going to be a spoiler-free review for the movie, so if you haven't seen the movie, you're free to watch this video, so no spoiler, don't have to worry about any spoilers. So let's jump right into the review. And so heading into this movie, I was actually pretty excited for it. I'm a big fan of the Scream franchise. The first Scream movie is possibly my favorite horror movie. It's close between that and a few other horror movies, but I really love the first movie, and the rest of the sequels are all really good. I just love the concept. I love kind of the meta humor that the Scream movies use. I've always loved Ghostface as the villain. The kills are usually good. It's usually just a great horror movie, and it's one of the few horror franchises that really is flawless and doesn't have that one dud in the franchise that just really taints the entire franchise. So we've been very fortunate thus far with this franchise, and I was really excited heading into this one because I had a lot of confidence in it, and I was just really excited to see them return to this franchise after it had been 11 years since Scream 4, and having now seen it, I will say that this movie was everything I wanted it to be. It was just another solid Scream film, another great Scream sequel that's right in line with the rest of the Scream sequels. I would put it up there with Scream 2 and Scream 4 in terms of the best Scream sequels, with Scream 3 at the bottom, but Scream 3 is definitely still a good movie. But first off, this movie is just super fun. I had a smile on my face the whole time in the theaters. I just had a blast watching in theaters, watching a horror film, a slasher film in theaters. It's just such a fun film that really keeps you on the edge of your seat and keeps you guessing in terms of who the killer is. It really goes for the kind of whodunit concept, and it really works in this film. It's effective in holding your attention throughout the movie, and it just really had all the Scream stuff you want, or the Scream stuff you expect from a Scream movie, like the meta stuff that you've grown to expect from a movie in the Scream franchise. This time it's focusing more on fandom and reboots and that kind of stuff. Obviously we've gotten a lot of reboots lately, like Ghostbusters or Halloween or something like that. So pretty much all the meta humor is focused on that stuff, and it's really effective and it's really fun as the movie pokes fun at other things while it's still poking fun at itself. It's very harmless, and it just really makes the movie entertaining and keeps it interesting and makes it very unique. And I really enjoyed it. It's right on par with what the rest of the franchise did, and this franchise has kind of been fortunate with how the movies have come out, how it's been able to focus on a different aspect of the horror genre with each film in terms of what it's going to poke fun at. Obviously this one, being a reboot, Scream 4 was a remake, so it poked fun at remakes, and then obviously Scream 2 and 3 poked fun at sequels and all that stuff. So it's been very fun, and it's really interesting how they've evolved. The Scream movies have evolved in terms of what they're kind of poking fun at in terms of what they're doing. But that, like I said, that stuff worked really well in this movie. The kills were another standout in this film. They were just really awesome throughout the film. They were a little repetitive. They used some of the same beats over multiple times throughout the film, but for the most part, the kills were all great. You expect good kills from a slash film, and this movie delivered, and they're really good. A lot of the kills were really good at building tension throughout the scene. There's one in the middle of the movie where there's a bunch of fake jump scares, and I think that one was really effective in terms of being fair to the audience while still building a ton of suspense. It was a very good kill, and you can tell the directors knew what they were doing. Likewise, it's just a very well-made movie. The directors, I believe there was multiple directors, they did a great job with this film, and it just feels very well made. The cinematography was great. There's a kill towards the beginning of the movie that I thought looked really good in terms of the cinematography. When you get a beautiful shot of Ghostface with the music playing, it was a really good kill in my opinion. And it was a very well-made film. It's a very respectable film. It clearly pays respect to the franchise, and it's very aware of itself and as a Scream film, and in this franchise, which has a lot of diehard fans, in terms of not doing anything wrong that's going to make fans upset or something like that. They really are aware, and they know how to make a good film while still keeping everyone's love for this franchise alive and well. So that also worked. There's a lot of new characters in this film. I liked them for the most part. There wasn't one character in this film that stood out. I was like, oh, I don't like them, or something like that. The old characters are also great as well. Sidney, Gale Weathers, and Dewey are all great. They're all back, and they do a great job reprising their roles and the new characters. There's a good balance of both, where you don't get too much of one character or something. It's really balanced well. It takes the franchise in a new direction, and it really adds this new flavor and feel to this franchise. Obviously, this is the first one not directed by Wes Craven, so it definitely has a different feel overall, but it was very welcome, and I really enjoyed it. It really added a lot of freshness to this franchise in terms of keeping it moving forward. If they choose to do sequels, I personally don't think they have to. I think they can leave it at this if they want, or they can do another one. I'd be fine with either. But like I said, I did really enjoy this movie. I think it was a great, I guess you would call it a reboot with this film. Whatever it is, I would call it Scream 5 because I think it's very in line as a sequel. But anyways, I did really enjoy this film, so I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 and an 84%. Scream or Scream 5 or whatever you want to call it is a great horror film, a great slasher film, and easily a great start to 2022 as the first real movie I've seen in 2022, or the first 2022 movie I've seen in theaters. So I was very excited for it, and I really enjoyed it, and I think it's a great time. I highly recommend it if you're interested in this franchise or in horror movies in general. It's a really great film that just had a lot of legacy in terms of building off of what the previous Scream movies did, as well as creating its own ideas and continuing to evolve this franchise and move it forwards. So I really enjoyed this film. But that's going to do it for my review for Scream from 2022. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Letterboxd or Twitter. The links will be in the description if you are interested in that. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.